What is up, you beautiful people? This is going to be another one of Intrepidity's casts from Mercenary Gaming, and I know what you're thinking right now. You're wondering, what the hell are you doing, Intrepidity? Why are you down on the bottom left side of the map? And that didn't work so well, but I was going to be like, oh, once we stop the lagging, this is your man Intrepidity here in the top. That was the most terrible introduction I have ever heard, witnessed, or seen in the history of which is Starcraft 2. It was gonna like be beautiful. I was gonna like come from the bottom left right up into the face that is Intrepidity as the blue Zerg in the north position, and of course drop in which is the Terran in the right position. It was gonna be cool, and then I went out on a limb and said, good luck, have fun. Like, who does that? I just ruined my own introduction and past Intrepidity. You know, I'm really disappointed in you. I can't think of much else to say about that because it's just so awful. Now, this, of course, there's not going to be any more suspense needed for you beautiful, beautiful people out there. I am going to be telling you, well, not telling you, I'm going to be showing you one way of scouting, defeating, and of course, absolutely rubbing a defeat in the opponent's face of that of a two-port Banshee rush. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It has not been used as often as like anymore, as it's gone out of style because people have learned how to hold it off. But when something goes out of style for a long time, it can become an imminent threat just because of the fact that it hasn't been here for a while, and that people forget how to hold it off because it's become so useless. And by useless I mean people know how to hold it off, and I'm just going to stop repeating myself and saying hold it off, because that is you know, not the word of choice in this. Is it? Maybe it is. That's going to be the word of the day. It is hold it off, or multiple words it is. Now, you see here, I did have the pleasure of destroying one of his workers, attacking or making the barracks, and I was pretty happy about that. Now, at this point in time, I was not really expecting much of a Banshee rush, and I don't usually do this, but I just felt like getting the extractor trick just because I did fly in my Overlord, see that his command center was there, back out immediately, and then come down as soon as I could with my drone just to see what was up. That may or may not be the best way to do it, or the most economical. Shut up. Alright, but either way, it's what I decided to do. Whether or not that was a good idea, you guys can decide about that. But I did get to get his gas, and that was pretty, I'm pretty happy about that, especially because now I know that he was two-port Bansheeing me. Now, we see another good thing about extractor tricks is that not only when you cancel them, do they, oh yeah, not only, you know, got my, I understand what it was that I was going to be talking about right now. Not only do they, once you cancel them, cost very little amounts of money, but you can also check how many Marines or SCVs there are mining, and of course, you know, wherever he's bringing them into an all-in. But of course, I saw free Marines right now, and that is a huge tell about everything. Let me pause right here to assess, and not assess, but bang my hand on the table just to emphasize, that's the word, to emphasize the fact of how important this is. I saw 3 Marines. The fast factory into double Hellion production. They get 2 Marines and then they go for the reactor. And if you wanted to go for the for a one gas fast expand, oh no. Yeah, but I wondered why I was getting confused about that. If you wanted to go for a no-gas fast expand, which he isn't because I saw that he had the gas, then you would, I think it's only like 1 or 2 Marines as well. So, this definitively means that he is not doing something standard-esque like that. He may be doing something with lots of Marines, or he may be getting up something such as the 2-port Banshee, or even 1-port Banshee, and we do see that once I got the drone to cancel because the 3 Marines would have destroyed that eventually, I decided to try and head up as far north as I could to see any hidden tech. And of course I did manage to see the factory, which was a huge benefit to myself as I yeah, I managed to see the factory, and it's in such an insanely crazy position that you know what's coming. It's almost definite that he's going for some sort of Banshee play, and I was quite suspicious at this point, even though I should have been more so aware of what was going on. As we see, he is even producing more Marines, so this is going to be what yeah, it has to be something to do with Banshees, because he oh sorry another important part is obviously scouting the front, because you want to see if he has expanded, if that is a late factory, because I'm going to pause it again, just because you guys might not care. I don't care if you guys don't care to say. I want to emphasize and yeah, I'm just going to say assess the situation, because that's what I managed to say before, that what came out of my mouth in this command set was quite dark. Now that I've gone through I've forgotten what I was going. Oh yeah, I don't know many timings. I'm just a diamond Zerg, and I just have fun with the game. And another thing, he's leaving Marines to make sure that I don't scout with the Overlord. I know what that's basically a huge tell as to what is going on. Now, what was I? Oh yeah, if you scout the front, see, I don't know my timings. That factory could have been pretty late for all I know, and he was going for a fast expansion. But I was pretty sure it wasn't. But it could have been, just because I don't know what I'm doing. So it's always important to scout the front in those sort of situations, and we do see the fairly late scout on 24. This is just to see from himself. This is to see where I am. Why did he scout? Oh, okay. I see. Sorry, I completely misconstrued that. He scouted to see that I was indeed fast expanding, because had I been going for some sort of roach bust, he would have needed to throw down a bunker or something like that. But of course he does see fast expansion and backs out. That was quite clever of him, because he does know that I'm spawning here, because he sees that Overlord just there. That's why he's positioned his Marines in a way that I couldn't scout with said. Now I'm going to resume the game once again. As we bring up the production tab, we do see the second gas going down as fast as possible, just because he wants to get those Banshees. Now, and another thing, once you gas steal them and actually manage to stop it for a while, you are going to get a much worse Banshee opening if he does that at all. Just because of the fact that you've delayed his second gas for so long. It is an important fact. It's just something that you need to do that's quite important when holding down this two-port Banshee. Now he did decide to throw down the bunker, and this is when you Zerg players need to have alarm bells in your head. You scout the front, and you see that he has, well, you saw the 3 Marines by the Overlord that you were trying to pull down in. But even if he did have 4 Marines down here, he's throwing down a bunker, he's throwing down a second supply depot at the ramp, and this is just, had everything else that I've just said from the past, however long it was, meant nothing. Had you not even seen that, this is when your alarm bells would want to go up. When this subtle portion of the game, and it's so important that I'm just going to slow it down. You walk up, you see that he is, I'm going to speed that up so I don't forget in later times, you see that he is putting down a bunker because he is scared, because he has lost to baneling busts of the sort, even in 2 bases around this time before. You need to know that if he is putting down a bunker, then he is scared of a rush, because he is teching up, because he is going to do something pretty crazy. Now, and of course, funnily enough, he pulled his Marines back from my Overlord, and ran and came to attack the Lings that weren't coming. And of course, he got scared because he did see 4 Lings, and I feel like I overproduced that. No, I only have 4 Lings. That's not too bad. 2 to 4 Lings is what you normally want in a game, but I did decide to send them all down here for whatever reason I was feeling. Now, as we play, keep the game going. Yeah, I just like, you want to juke back and forth, just because there's not much he can do at this point, and I did lose a Zergling due to stupid and bad control. But at some point soon, I do decide to send in my Overlord to see what is up, and I am getting a bit, how do you say, oh yeah, I'm getting a bit like, I'm sort of weary, or that he, or leery, or whatever you want to say. I'm starting to get a bit, I'm starting to feel that he is going to be doing something with Banshees. I'm going to say this right now, I did not expect two-port Banshee. I thought maybe one was coming, and then he'd just go for an expansion, but just because, again, it's just been, gone out of style so much right now, that, of course, it's going to take you by surprise. So, unless you manage to see all of this awesome stuff, and that Dark Command Center is really quite strange and scary. But of course, he has supply block, so that is so that is okay as well. I got a Rotoran up, and I know what you guys are saying. Why would you do that? That's completely stupid. You're getting up queens to defend against the coming, and you can even see that because of your overlord that you weren't watching, you stupid idiot. All of these things are going through your head, I'm sure, but yeah, I wasn't watching that. So by the time that I saw these these starports, that he already had Banshees at my base. So yeah, it worked out really well. But I'm getting up a Rotoran for two reasons. One, because even when they when they come at you with air, that you have to maintain ground control as well. Just because the all-in might include some SCVs and lots of Marines and Hellions as well, of course. Especially if it's not two-port Banshee, it's just one-port Banshee, and he tries to do some sort of 1v1. I mean 1-1-1, not 1v1, of course. And it's the same sort of thing with Protoss, but you know about that a lot more because Protoss goes air a lot more frequently against Zerg than Terran do. But when you see air, say Stargates from the Protoss player, you want to get as little anti-air as you can, just enough to hold that off, and then you want to maintain ground control, because if you make too much anti-air, then you're just going to die to the ground. And I've found this out the hard way many times, and I'm trying to make sure that this does not happen to other folks, because it is quite painful. And of course, I'm connecting these bases with creep, and when I do see these Banshees coming up, and you know, of course, microing helps quite a bit. I do start ramping up the queen production so that I can hold off these Banshees, because you don't want to overproduce Spore Crawlers because they're just static, and if he decides to pull back, cancel